Hey guys, what's up? This is ScherBR talking. Welcome back to my channel. Today's video is about Divine Tower Darque, and I'll be talking about the best ways to farm this event and get something very good. This event has an accessory that increases intelligence by 3, although it also decreases something. Yeah, let's see here. Decreases your sun resistance. Sometimes you may not want this, but it's the only accessory that gives 3 points of intelligence, and it's not limited, at least for now. It also gives resistance against poison. Maybe useful here and there, but when you want resistance, you probably want a different accessory. So Assassin's Belt has 2 versions, the normal one and the plus one. The plus one decreases the stun resistance by less and gives more resistance to poison, but the intelligence bonus is still the same. So one thing that we need to discuss is that in past events there was no difference between the drop rate based on the different stages. Because the last stage can be a little too hard for some people to farm fast, you can choose to farm other stages. I'm not entirely sure if the drop rate is exactly the same, so take this with a grain of salt. What we want to do is farm the stage that we want and can farm the fastest possible. Stage number 10, I have 3 different strategies for this one. So for the first strategy, we are using the 2 best arrow characters. We have Therese and Award Claudia, alongside Mac, Joe, and also Darque. The good thing here is that Darque is on the agility down position, so we get to train many of his skills. He will use Kaleidoscope, he may even use Stinger if on the 4th turn if you are not strong enough, or Paralyzing Thrust. And then we can just use Therese to help kill the second wave, because the first wave is finished by Mac alone. In order to do that, you need to have him maxed and also have +8 on dexterity. The weapon is using a full HP plus stone as well. And the last one is Joe. Joe has her BP raised to 11. She's using Rock Bouquet's staff because this one also increases her damage. With that, it's pretty simple and fast. We can also inherit the single target attack for Therese called Sidewinder, but it's not needed. You can just go with any of her attacks. Let's go. So one very important thing, I don't think that this event is worth 4 status increase. So just farm the items from the shop and be done with this. As you can see, Mac can do it, but he can do because of Joe also increasing 5% of the squad damage. Then here what we have is Sorbet Flambe and also Therese using Barrage Shot. I decreased the agility of Claudia because I want Therese to go now. Or doesn't really matter if you want Claudia to go, she will have to use Starry Rain. And then on the last wave, what we'll have here is Heartseeker Plus with Award Claudia or Therese, depending on who you decide to go first. And Kaleidoscope will help with damage, although it will not defeat this boss in a single turn. That's why I don't think this is so good for training. But the next turn, everything will work and we can finish with probably Darque. That is if he does not kill one of our characters, but even if he does, it's still a win. And the second strategy still uses Deadly Pierce, but this time we are using characters that also use STR as a base, like Matriarch. She just uses her Heaven's Dive twice in a 3-turn cycle, that's extremely good. Then we have Annie. This is Platinum Annie because she's better for cyclings. If she does not attack first, she will always use a Flash Triple Thrust. That doesn't happen with the latest version of Annie. And besides that, what we have is this version of Diana. It's the only SS style we have. I can train my Torn Prism here. I left it on 14 BP, but she can also use Floral Extravaganza. It's strong enough. And then we have Darque on the 50 plus dexterity. Yeah, I want to train all of his skills. And in the front, in the agility down position, what we have is Monica with her Dazzling Ballet and then Linear Cross inherited. If you have the newest version of Monica, it's even better. You can also inherit Dazzling Ballet if you want, but that one has a better cycle. So, with that we can also win this. Okay, so Monica will kill one of the enemies because her Dazzling Ballet has fast property. It seems like Darque used Kaleidoscope. It's okay, we are training the skill as well. Kind of overkill, but it is what it is. Then on the second one, if your Diana is trained, Floral Extravaganza will be enough to kill one of his enemies. But if not, as you can see, Darque helps, but Meteora can kill one of these enemies by herself. They have around 32,000 HP or something. Now against the boss we have Least Heaven's Dive again. The other attacks may not be the best one of our characters, but it should still help defeat this enemy. But not with a single turn, that's for sure. A lot of HP in this fight. Well, the boss only has around 30% HP now. It should be fast, even if it kills one of our characters. We will have another Flash Triple Thrust with Annie. Yeah. Next attack does it. Okay. So for the last strategy, what we have is 3 fast attackers. Remember when I say that they are probably the best ones for farming? Yes. What we want here is Joe, Barthélemy, and Mac. They are all turn 1 attackers. You can substitute Joe for Silver if you don't have Joe, or even in the place of Barthélemy. The problem is just that I prefer to have Meteora in the STR position, but you can switch if you don't have the characters. I have Rufus in the Dex position because he's pretty strong. You can also bring Darque or your best Dex nuker, because the trick here is on the 3 fast attackers. On the first turn we will have Barthélemy and Joe, and they will kill the first one, and on the second Mac will attack, but he will not be able to finish. What we will do is just attack with Heat Wind and finish the second wave. Then on the last wave we have Meteora and Rufus working together alongside the remaining attacks of all the other fast attackers. That is fast enough and can do in a single turn if done correctly. Now that the battle started, the first turn is done by Barthélemy and Joe together. Ebro Hands, Sorbet Flambe. They are almost capped, but they also have +8 intelligence. Now it's time for Mac, and Mac will get the help of Barthélemy to finish this wave. Mac can only do it by himself if he's on the Dex position, and also with the help of Joe. And now what's left, we have our Bass Nuke with Meteora, our Bass Nuke with Rufus, and the help of the remaining characters in order to try to kill this enemy in a single turn. I don't know if it will be possible, but I think yeah. Let's see. No, it's still not, but pretty close. If you get a combo here, it will be enough. But yeah, that's why I said it. This event is just to clear the shop. Don't try to farm status here. There are not many characters that have increased status, and even then it's only 2 points more. 3 waves there in this one event. Right now that only has 2 waves and is faster to farm. Just don't focus yourself here. Try to find the best and fastest strategy that you can make and leave this place. I have some other alternatives. If you don't want to keep farming such a long battle, you can go for stage number 3. Yeah, stage number 3 should be easily enough for most players that have some AoE pierce damage. In my occasion, I have Claudia and Therese, and they together are enough. But you can also use, well, not Claudia, actually Vagnus. Let me show you this strategy with Vagnus and Claudia. Stage number 3. You just go within like they are. You have to increase Heartseeker Plus from Therese so that she does not attack with that attack before she uses AoE. Okay, so the other 3 characters can be training ones because you really don't need anyone else. The first wave was done by Therese. Also, you have to inherit Psycho Shot with Vagnus. That comes from his Platinum style. In this case, we used Serene Rapid Volley first, and then Psycho Shot. It's enough to kill these enemies. And on the last wave, the 2 together attacking shall be enough to kill these 3 enemies as well. And you have a chance of getting the same accessory as the last stage, with a way faster farming. It may not be the best one, it doesn't have the highest status, but it works. Now, if you want to use a different strategy, you can also do with Albert. Albert can insta-kill all these enemies on this wave, but not just that. You can just leave Volcano in the back to increase your chances, since Volcano debuff will. But I don't have the newest version of Albert that can use Victor's Blade 3 times in a row, but he does work here if you have it. Or if you don't want to use stage number 3, you may want to use stage number 6, but there's one enemy that will not die to instant kill attacks, and that enemy is this one here, called the Manticore. So if you're using Albert, you also have to bring someone to nuke this enemy down, and this enemy does not have any weaknesses, so that's why I don't like this stage at all. I suggest you stick to stage number 3 with either Albert or AoE Pierce strategies. And that's it, guys. Thanks so much for watching this video. Please subscribe if you haven't. If you want to support the channel, have the links here in the description. Don't forget to join your Discord server where we talk about SaGa and all other JRPGs. Let's see each other on the next video. Bye.